What is going on, everyone? I am back here with another video for you guys today, and it is that time of year again when Apple announces their new version of iOS, and this year it is iOS 8. It was just announced earlier today at WWDC, and that is what I have here. I've got the iOS 8 Beta 1, and that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. I'm going to be going over the top features that Apple highlighted in their keynote. And there are much more features in this update, but I'm not going to be able to cover all of those because it's just too much to include in this particular video. I just basically do not have enough time. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the first feature. And the first #1 feature is enhancements to the photo application. So, first major change here, or feature, is what's called iCloud Photo Library, and essentially what that is, it is a cloud service or cloud storage for your photos and videos. So basically, it's similar to PhotoStream because it allows you to access all of your photos and videos throughout all of your iOS devices and your Mac. But essentially, it does not take up space on your device. So you can store pictures and videos in iCloud without actually taking up storage space. But the downfall is it actually takes up your iCloud storage. So, for example, you get 5 gigabytes of free storage, which is used for backing up your device and so on. But now this is included in there, so if you want more storage to use this feature, you're going to have to purchase more storage through the iCloud section. So, it's kind of a bummer that that is using the storage, but oh well. So that's a nice little feature there. The next major feature within the Photos application, excuse me, is enhancements to the editing feature function. But this particular feature, I can't actually show, unfortunately, because for some reason, in this particular beta build, the editing tool is actually not present. So I can't actually show you this because it's not actually here for some odd reason. But that is what this, that's why it's a beta. It's to work out the bugs. But anyway, essentially what the editing function would do is allow you to adjust or have fine-grained control over the lighting and color of your photo. So you can adjust the lighting and color of your photo if it does not seem right, or is too dark, or is kind of washed out, which is nice. But I do wish I could show it, but unfortunately I can't. So, moving on, next major feature is now Messages. So, the Messages application has got some pretty nice enhancements. Essentially what has happened here is Apple has added the ability to send and receive voice messages, video messages, and picture messages. Now, you guys may be wondering, excuse me, I got tongue-tied. MMS has already been in Messages for as long as I can remember. But essentially what they've done now is made it easier to send those particular messages to your friend. So as you can see this little icon here, it looks like a Siri icon. And what you do is when you hold down on that, it'll immediately start recording your voice. So let's go ahead and do that now. Testing 1, 2, 3. As you can see there, it is recording my voice when I'm holding this little button down. Now, when I let go, it'll stop recording. And you can hit the arrow to send it, hit the X to delete, or hit the play button here to play back the recording if you want to hear it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it, but that's a really nice feature. And the same thing goes for the photos or the camera button now. So if you tap on it once, you get the standard contextual menu here that allows you to choose a picture. But essentially, they've added some picture previews now, which is nice. But the new thing is if you hold down on the camera button, you get the option to record a quick video message and record or take a quick picture, whether it be from the front or rear camera, which is nice. Or you can hit the X to cancel. So that's some nice enhancements there. But users must have iOS 8 to actually receive these particular features or messages, which is kind of unfortunate. But it's not too big of a deal because, of course, this is in beta and nobody really has this firmware yet. Next feature in messages is the ability to mute a particular conversation. So if you do not want this particular recipient or person to message you anymore, you can hit this do not disturb option here and it will mute them from sending you messages. Now, they will still be able to send you messages, but you just will not hear it, which is nice. So if you're in like a quiet room or in a place where you don't want to receive a message from that particular person or the group message, you can turn that on and you'll be good to go. Okay, so next in the messages, this one I can't show because once again it's not really working too well because of it being a beta. And that is the ability to share your particular location with the recipient, and the recipient that you're contacting can also have their location shared with you, so you can see where their particular location is at. So, for example, if you want to meet up with someone somewhere and basically just meet up with them and have a chat or whatever like that. So anyway, that's pretty nice. Okay, that's pretty much it in messages. So let's go ahead and move on to the next feature here. The next major thing is new notifications. This is a pretty big one, something that I've been wanting for quite a while. And that is the ability to reply to a message directly from the notification itself. So, for example, let's go ahead and send a quick random message to myself. So let's go ahead and go like that. Send. Let's go and click out. Wait for it to come through. There we go. Now I should receive it. I've got pretty bad internet connection, so it's kind of turning out to be fairly slow. Let's see if I can get it to come through. Let's try sending another one here. I apologize for this. My internet is not at all good right now. Okay, so we may have to come back to this. So let's go ahead and move on to the next feature. This is a pretty cool one. You get favorites inside of the multitasking menu. So if you go into the multitasking menu here, as you can see, there's the message that just came through, so I'll go back to that in just a second. Anyway, we have this new favorite section here, which allows you to view your favorites quickly and access their information. So I'm not going to click in here because it'll show their phone numbers, but you can click on one of the little icons and you can get their mobile, text message, FaceTime, and FaceTime audio. So you can click any of those and directly get to that particular function and call them or send them a message, which is extremely nice in my opinion. That is a very great feature that Apple has added, and it'll just make overall contacting your friends much easier. So now let's go ahead and try the messages notification again here. Let's hope it sends it. There we go. So when you receive it, you just pull down on the notification and you get this little menu here that allows you to quickly reply to that particular message, which is nice. So let's go ahead and just put test and send it off. And there you go. You've quickly sent that message, and it's going to re-loop to myself because I just resent it essentially to myself, which is nice. But now, these notifications are not only for messages. They can be used for several other applications, including calendar, Facebook, Twitter, all those types of stuff like that. Now, for example, Facebook, if you get a notification from Facebook that someone had posted a thing on your timeline or something, you can immediately comment or like that post directly from the notification itself. So you don't have to actually go into the Facebook app to do it. So that's really, really nice, really simple, and just allows you to do things really quick. But yeah, that's a feature that I have been wanting for quite a long time. Okay, moving on. is some enhancements to the Mail application. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the Mail app, and basically what Apple has done is there are some new gestures to manage your messages. So you can swipe to the left, and you can get the option of More, Flag, or Archive. But in this case, it is Archive, but in some cases it is just a standard trash, so you can trash that message immediately, which is nice. Then if you swipe to the right-hand side, you get the Mark as Unread option. So you can go like that, and it'll immediately mark that message as unread. But if you swipe all the way to the left, it'll immediately delete/archive the message, which is pretty cool. And if you happen to have an iPad running iOS 8, for example, if you're in a message, you can immediately swipe down on that message, and it'll be there waiting for you to pick up on the message where you left off, which is really, really cool. Okay, moving on. We have... Apologize for the pause here. I'm looking at my computer screen to get the features here. Okay, so next up is what Apple calls QuickType. And essentially what QuickType is a predictive typing function for the keyboard. As you can see here, so when you start typing a message, so let's say test, it'll give you some quick options, say tests, testing, and if I want testing, I can hit that, and it'll immediately put that word right in there. And then you can say out, and then it'll put some other predictive words that you've used recently, so I'll just say Vestra. That's the first one it put there for some reason. But anyway, then you can do that and then send it off. And this will work throughout the operating system, pretty much anywhere that you can use the keyboard. So you can get that predictive type anywhere you are in the system, which is very, very nice and extremely useful. It's going to make typing much faster, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and move out here. Okay, next is, let's see here. Okay, but anyway, yeah, next is what Apple's also calling family sharing. Now this I can't do because it's not particularly available yet because of iOS being in beta. But essentially what family sharing is it's a way for you to share your content with your entire family members. So you can basically set this function up, and you and other six other family members can share basically one credit card on an account and all the content and stuff downloaded through that account. So for example, music that has been purchased on someone else's Apple ID, but they're using the same credit card as you, you can immediately either download that particular song from their account or stream it to your device simultaneously immediately, which is nice. And another cool thing is if you're a parent and you don't want your child to purchase a bunch of stuff from the App Store without your permission, you can immediately have a notification pop up on your child's iOS device that will allow them to ask permission to purchase a particular item from the App Store or iTunes Store. And then that notification will pop up on the parent's iPhone, letting them know if they want to accept that purchase or decline it, which is really nice, and that's going to allow some better parental controls, in my opinion. Excuse me. Okay, up next is something called Icloud Drive, and this is another one that I, of course, can't show because of it being in beta, because it just isn't working correctly. But essentially what iCloud Drive is it allows you to store your documents from either Apple's set of iCloud document applications, such as Pages, Keynotes, and Numbers, but it also now allows you to store document files from third-party applications that will allow you to access those applications from a single place on all of your iOS and Mac devices. And you can edit one thing and it'll be updated on your other device like usual. All that good stuff there, which is nice. So, next feature is something Apple calls handoff. And This one I also can't show because this is the only device I have currently running iOS 8. But essentially what handoff is it'll allow you to be editing something on one of your devices, such as, say, you're composing an email inside of the Mail application, and you'll get a notification on your iPad or your Mac letting you know if you would like to continue that message or mail message, if you'd like to pick up on that message on your other device, if you choose. Now, you don't have to, but you'll get a little icon in the bottom left-hand corner of the iPad screen, and then on the Mac, you'll get a little notification icon on the dock, allowing you to pick up on that message or whatever you're editing currently on your other device, which is pretty useful, but I haven't got to try it out because, like I said, this is the only device running iOS 8 at the moment, so we'll have to get to that later. Okay, next up, this is something that has been rumored for quite a while and is now reality, and it is what Apple calls Health, and is a brand new application. As you can see right here, it's a standalone app called Health, and essentially what it is it is a health application, as it stands for, but it allows you to track several different health aspects. So let's go ahead and jump into this. And as you can see here, I have a couple cards currently that are going over. I haven't actually got any data, but it's got sleep analysis and calories. But you can go to My Health tab, and by the way, there is a dashboard, My Health tab, medical ID, and sources. So I thought I'd point those out. But anyway, under the My Health, you have all diagnostics, fitness, lab results, medication, nutrition, sleep, vital signs, and then your personal info. Now, this application will also work with third-party applications as well as third-party health devices, such as the Nike Health Band, I think it's called. I'm not too sure on that, so don't quote me. But anyway, yeah, it'll work with third-party devices and third-party applications to give you diagnostic information and health information live and up-to-date. So we can go and say, for example, fitness. You get a huge list of different fitness options, such as calories, distance, body mass, height, steps, Nike Fuel. That's what it's called. That's Nike Fuel Band. That's the Nike band I was thinking of. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't really use it because I don't have anything that takes advantage of the health benefits of this application, but it is pretty cool that Apple has added or getting into the health market. It's going to be nice. Now, another thing that I'm kind of thinking that this application is pointing towards is I kind of feel that this is pointing towards a possible iWatch that could be announced later in the year. So that's cool, and I'm going to kind of excited to see how that's going to turn out and what it's going to be. But anyway, that's the health application, brand new in iOS 8. Can't do too much with it because of that software being in beta, but it's nice to know that it is there. Okay, next up is something called continuity, and essentially what that is it's basically Apple's way of making your iOS devices and Macs much more in sync, and making things more in sync and letting things update more seamlessly on all of your devices. First of which being, this one's a pretty cool feature, is you can now receive a phone call on your Mac and iPad. So if you get a call on your iPhone, you can also answer that call on your Mac and iPad. So you can also do the same thing with a message. So if you receive an SMS via your phone, it'll also show up on your Mac and iPad, and you can reply to it directly from there. And it also works the other way around, so if you want to dial a phone number directly from your Mac or iPad, it will basically relay that particular phone call or message from your Mac or iPad to your iPhone, and you're basically calling that person from your Mac and talking to them on your Mac or iPad, but it's using the iPhone as the calling device, essentially, which is extremely, extremely awesome in my opinion. It's going to make answering calls and messages way more seamless and way easier. It's really, really nice. But to be able to do that on a Mac, you have to have the new OS X Yosemite, which was also just announced earlier today at WWDC. But that's pretty cool. Okay, so next up is, let's see here. Okay, we have enhancements to Spotlight. So Spotlight has essentially gotten an upgrade. It can search much more content now, and you can search for stuff on the web. So it's, let's see what first name comes to mind. I'm kind of drawing a mind blank. I don't know what name I want to put. Let's just say Henry. I'm not sure if I spelled Henry right. Okay, let's just do Bob. Okay, Marley. And there you go. This is right here. So if you want to search for someone's name, for example, this Bob Marley, it'll give you some suggested websites, which is nice. So you can go to the bobmarley.com. That's the top-rated site, particular in this search. And then you also can go directly to the Wikipedia website that'll give you a description of who Bob Marley is, or was in this case. And yeah, it's pretty nice. And then you can get Bob Marley music if you currently have any, and then you can just do the basics, search the web and search Wikipedia. So, pretty nice. There's several other things that you can do with Spotlight, but I just don't have time to show all of those. So, to get to those later. Okay, next up, this one's mainly for developers. There's some enhanced Developer Sdk features, which is great. But that's just basically it. And then we have also some enterprise features, which I'm not going to go into detail because I don't particularly need to. Okay, so the last major feature that I would say that was announced at WWDC is some pretty nice enhancements to Siri. It's not major, but it's a pretty neat little feature here. And if you go into Siri, let's go ahead and go in here. You can play a song, and Siri will recognize that song and give you the name of the song and everything like that. And it's using it's using Shazam as their base service for identifying a song. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick song here and see if it can recognize it for you guys. Let's go. Okay. Let's go to this one. I'm playing the song on my Mac, by the way. Okay, so got that song going right now. Okay. Okay, so there we go. It took it a little bit. It was kind of glitchy and slow because of course, being a beta. But there we go. The song that was playing was We Will Rock You by Queen. And as you can see here, it has identified it as We Will Rock You by Queen. And you can also immediately buy the song directly from Siri, if you so choose to do that. It's pretty nice. And another thing is, this is the other slightly small feature in Siri, is there is a live streaming of words while you're talking. So, as you can see, let's go ahead and do a message.
I'm really sorry about...
Hello, Siri. As you can
Siri says hi back.
As you can see, it was saying or typing the words as I was saying it. So you can get live feedback from the words that you're currently talking to Siri, or telling Siri, essentially. So that's pretty cool. But that's essentially the last major feature that I'm going to be covering in this particular video. But like I said, there's a lot more features within this particular update, and I just don't have enough time to go over all of those. But I feel I've gone over all of most of the main features. So yeah, stay tuned for more iOS 8 beta videos to be coming in the future. Like when more beta versions are released, I will make a video highlighting the changes in that particular beta build. So stay tuned for those videos. And yeah, I will get back to you guys on that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button right down there. Also, thumbs up the video, much appreciated. And also, comment below if you have any questions about iOS 8 Beta 1, or if you just have any basic questions or comments, leave those in the section below, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, it's turned out to be a fairly long video, but got most everything covered. And yes, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.